Now that is a really good question. As a matter of fact, a lot of people have asked me this question in the past. Typically, when people ask me this question though, they put a caveat at the end of it. They'll say things like this: so where did the Star of David come from? Doesn't it have pagan origins? When people ask me questions like that, I always wonder from where they even come up with the idea of pagan origins. It seems that people are very happy to try to attach an ungodly or an unholy, a paganistic attachment to one of the iconic symbols of the nation of Israel. But in reality, that could not be further from the truth. The Star of David, or the Mogen David, has its roots firmly rooted in Hebrew. As a matter of fact, when you spell the name David, it starts off with the letter D. In Hebrew, it's the letter Dalet, and this is how it's written today. But the letters that are used today are not the letters that were used in antiquity. In antiquity, the Hebrew letters were almost like hieroglyphics. They were pictographical in the way they were written. They were pictures, in other words. And the ancient letter of the Dalet looked like this. As you can tell, it's a triangle. This is actually where the Greeks, when the Greeks were developing their alphabet, they took this, among many other letters, from the Hebrews, and this letter Dalet in Hebrew became the delta of the Greeks. And then from that, the Latins took the D, which is what we have today in English. So it started off as a Hebrew Dalet, and it went to the Greek delta, and then into our language of the D sound today. But if you take that particular letter, the first letter of the name of David, in the antiquity, in the pictograph, it's the triangle. And when you take the letter and you double that letter, you have the Star of David. So at the end of the day, the triangle, or the Dalet, is in fact the first letter of the name of David, which is the way they would indicate the house of David. And of course, the house of David was to be established forever. The house of David is the thing that brought us the Messiah. The house of David is actually the doorway into our faith. Because see, the actual name of the letter Dalet actually means door. So David was the doorway that would bring in the Messiah that would change all of our lives. So could the Star of David have pagan origins? No way. It actually is ingrained in the Hebrew language and the Jewish people. The doorway that leads to the true Son of David, that is the Messiah Jesus. Simple as that.